Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since my last update, but I have quite a content for you, so let's get started. The next thing was electrical and piping for water and heating. I have to apologize guys, I wasn't able to go up there as much as I wanted to. You know, it was during the summer, most of the work was done during the summer. And some of these pictures and videos were actually sent to me by the construction crew. As you see, all the pipes and electrical conduit was laid on the floor because I have a layer of about a few inches of screeding that's gonna go on top, so that's gonna cover that plenty enough. These red pipes is actually insulation on the heating part of the piping. So the next step was to plaster the walls, and they've installed these levels, the guides, with lasers. So all the plastering afterward was done using those guides. So they would plaster the walls and later they would remove these metal guides. And you see here how it's being plastered. Basically, it's like a drywall, but using this machine, they would just squirt this gypsum or whatever the material is, and they would then hand level it. So this is the machine that does that. So you pour the mix in and it takes the water, and it knows it's programmed to mix the appropriate amount of water and this mix, and it sends it down the pipe as you press the button, and the operator just sprays it on the wall. So you see how they spray, fill in the gaps, and later another guy comes in and just scrapes it down with this long straight level. It may look tedious, but actually guys, it took like 3-4 days for the whole house to do. And it dries quickly, you know, not while you work obviously, but in a few days the whole thing is dry. Meanwhile, another crew poured the concrete in for the perimeter around the house. So they're using this rebar structure to attach this walkway to the house, and also to take the weight and doesn't crack. And here you see them preparing the area to pour in the driveway. You see them laying out the gravel and again the rebar structure. And voila, it's done. Don't you love that when things like that happen in a second? It's a bit rougher than I wanted to, but I'm gonna take care of that later. It was late at night and the concrete just wouldn't dry, and it was like 2-3 a.m. They had to leave. By the time when they came back in the morning, it was too dry to do anything about it. But this is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna take care of that later. By the way, this walkway has a tilt towards the front, so when it rains, water should just run down. And here towards the end, it's not finished all the way because I think this area on the right, I'm gonna lay down some type of cobblestone or something that leads up from the gate to the driveway. So like I said, I'm gonna have them sand it down. It's not gonna be super smooth, but rough enough so the tires grab onto it. So after all that was done, next thing is screeding. I think that's what they call it, but basically it's laying down the floors. And again, same type of machine that mixes appropriate amount of water and gravel and cement. And it's not a little winch-operated, hand-operated shovel, so that it's not too rough on the operator. And it's fed down through that chute. And again, so you see how it mixes up. And it sends that mix down the pipes, which is, it's not really wet. It's kind of almost like when they lay down asphalt. It's a little bit wet, but it kind of looks dry, wet enough for it to set in. And this is how it's pumped up to where they laying it down. So they pump up a certain amount at a time. And they use the same technique as they did on the walls. So they have these guides, rails, which are leveled with the laser, and they just see how this guy is just sliding his level, and it all comes out leveled. And voila again. So these are little channels that are left from these levels. Obviously they're going to be filled in later once it dries enough. But this is it. Again, this also took like 2-3 days for the whole house. So it doesn't take that long nowadays with all the equipment that they have. And I think it looks great. And as a bonus, I also installed a cast iron fireplace, which is also a heater. It actually has a certain kilowatt, I think it's 16 kilowatt output of heat. And it's built into this chamber, insulated chamber. And it's got an inlet and outlet. You see on the bottom, it's inlet, it grabs cold air in, it heats it up and blows it out of the top portion here on the video. There are no motors, obviously. It happens naturally because cold air is always on the bottom. You see here, yeah, it's a 16 kilowatt efficiency on it. So this chamber is sectioned into two sections, the bottom and the top. It goes in the top. It actually also blows out hot air into the room above. And you see the air duct here where the hot air is gonna be blown out. So another nice feature of this fireplace is that it has this inlet of air inlet from the outside, which comes into the chamber for it to burn, so it doesn't use your room air to burn the fire. So no room air is sucked up into the chimney, so all that's being circulated, all the hot air is being circulated back into the room. And the air that fire needs to breathe with that, it comes up from the outside. You see here's little butterfly. You can close and open as you wish. To control the air inlet, and that gets burned and goes up the fire chimney. So this is it for this update. I hope you guys liked the video, and I promise I won't take this long again to put out the next one. See you next time.